Good morning, Spirit Session Watchers. Can you believe it's September already? I don't know. Time's going so fast. It's just wonderful, and we're having so much fun here at Spirit Sessions. Remember to like our show, comment, please. Tell us where you're coming from. Share it out. We have winners for who has the most shares every week, and you get a session with either myself, Bex, or Teresa, who is absent today, but she'll be back next week. And I see there's Layla. Let us know where you're from, Layla. Your new name. So let us know where you're from. Hi. And she's watching from YouTube. Yay. So we're live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And today we have a special guest. I've been just pulling people from my area because I just love this area of Eastern Ontario, Canada. And so it's like, okay, I can do it. Layla's from Denmark. Yay. I think that's the first person we've had from Denmark. Yay.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm glad you come today because today, stay with us, whether you're live or on the replay, because our guest, Catherine Green, who's a Master Zenith Omega teacher and facilitator, all 5 levels of light and body acceleration from Ampa, Ontario. And if you don't know where it is, you'll have to look it up because it's north of here in a crystal grid in the middle of God's country and just north of here. She's accepted our invitation to come and talk about what she does, help give us some support for this Great Awakening, maybe give her view on what the Great Awakening is, and then do some clearings for us all. So just wonderful to see you all here. And there's Patty and Judy and everybody. Just share it out and come on in. So Catherine, I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm going to make you bigger so you can be on there. So tell us a little bit about how you found your light and how you found to share everything.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. And yeah, where we are in Ampa is, let's say, oh my goodness, hopefully that's not me.
No.
We're on a satellite dish and it's a little rainy, so sometimes the energies can go a little weird. Are you okay, Bex?
I'm good. Just having technical difficulties. It's all good. Live all over. What are you gonna do?
Live. Yeah, we love it.
We're basically halfway between Toronto and Montreal, maybe 2 hours from Peterborough and Ottawa. So that gives you a bit of an idea. An hour and a half north of Kingston, Ontario. Okay. All of us have come for special reasons, whether we're aware of it or not. Sometimes we're just holding the energy, the light. I came with knowing. And a lot of us and the society as it was usually sort of takes that out. I'd be seeing spirit when I was young and telling my mom and dad and aunt and uncle, and it was, oh yeah, they were sort of okay about it, but I knew they were looking at me like I was crazy. And then the thing that sort of turned me off knowing, I came down one morning and I said to my mom, my uncle's going to run over my cat.
Sorry, go ahead.
My uncle's going to run over my cat. And, oh, no. And I watched what happened, what I had seen. And I realized I had seen this in my dreams. So I was getting foreknowledge through my dreams. And I was maybe 5.5, 6. And when I went to bed that night, I basically said, that's it. I'm not dreaming anymore. Chuck you. At 5.5 and 6. So basically, of course, we all dream, but I didn't remember. And I grew up in an apple orchard. I am a Metatron angel, which empowers the shifting of souls. But I also carry fairy energy. And the first time I come to Earth, it's like, I'm not going down there. No, it's too nasty. So I came as a fairy and I carry that energy. And to grow up in an apple orchard was just perfect this lifetime. Through the years, different gifts that were given in 82. And I grew up south of Ottawa. I ended up in Vancouver with my now late husband of 27 years. And I was supervising all benefits at Cominco Major Mining at that time, union, non-union, worldwide, even though I had before been all corporate image, graphic arts, photography. But there was a lot of stress and pressure. I took over from a man in a man's company who had held the position for 30 years. And the person who was just above me was sabotaging. Anyway, I ended up not knowing with basic candida, big time. I'd come home, go to bed, go to sleep, so I get up the next day, memory going, muscles going in the legs, shooting pains in the gut, rush to the hospital. And thank God my Evan at that time said, you're going to go see my doctor, who was awake. I filled out 3 pages of information. In 5 minutes, he says, you're full of candida. What is that? And of course, with the proper treatment in 2 weeks, I'm like, hello. Now that's when that was the gift, because that's when I started to learn about healing. And out on the West Coast, they were 20 years ahead of what was back here in Ontario at that time. Major gifts of basic kinesiology courses, Reiki, learning herbs, all kinds of stuff. So that was a big awakening. But I was also able out there to walk the mountains every day and connect to and along the seashores, the sources. And I had a major shaman I brought in to put a workshop I was putting on to go beyond fear about 88. And one day I went to him and I'd asked him, would you teach me? And he said, you round eyes, you make decisions too fast. He said, I'll smoke on this 3 days. Now, this is a lesson for all of us, that if we get something, just take the time to think about it if it's major. So he comes back and he says, I'm not to teach you, but spirit is. So that was fine. And then, and you will make it your own. Then I came one day and I was so sad. All I'm doing is walking these mountains. You know, there must be something better I can do. And he said, there's a flow in life for the individual and for the group of who's on the earth. And some people get to rest and have ease, and others are busy and overloaded. And it's a flow. But he says, mark my words, you're going to look back and realize how nice that was to be in that flow, because you're going to be so busy. And that's where I am now, because Alan Green, my husband, and I, we've been together 14 years, but we have a lot of people coming and sharing long distance here to support them. And we have to book in time for ourselves. But remember, if we do nothing else, we anchor God's source energy to the crystal heart of Mother Earth and anchor to the new crystal heart of the new Mother Earth now. If we do nothing else, coaxial cable, this is so important. And keep your vibrations high, keep the heart open. If the mind's running negative programs, let that go. Affirm, cancel, clear, delete, not my reality, and affirm the positive. So we all know by law of attraction, what we think is what comes back to us. They're planets, if you think good or bad, it's there immediately. It used to be 10 years, 10 months, 10 weeks now, maybe 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 days, 10 minutes. So anyway, that's the basis. Now, support for the Great Awakening. And we're here on this planet at this time. We look down the timelines. Time is not linear. Past, present, future, all there, but we saw Earth was having a hard time and might not make it through because of let's say, the darkness that had started to grow on the planet. And we looked down and said, what are we going to do? Now, people like myself are aware of Star Trek and the Enterprise, and they couldn't go onto those planets unless they were asked. Prime directive, free will. So we as the spirits looking down go, okay, we're going to come down and call in the Great Awakening and the shifting and giving the permissions for this great shift. And that's what we are doing. One of the biggest things we can do is to keep those intentions and ask angels in the physical, because we're angels for each other, and non-physical of the highest order of love and light. Come, go, do, bring, show. Galactics of love and light, dragons of love and light. And the dragons are real, the unicorns are real. They're just in a different dimension. We're starting to see them more and more. So it's ask. Anyway, there we are. So the Earth has been on a 26,000 year cycle, and the Earth has been coming into lighter frequencies. And that's where we are now, dawning of the age of Aquarius. And we come here to experience lessons, emotions, and or relationships. And we're either the actor or the audience in the life or the drama that we choose. And we take on contracts to experience this, and there's no right or wrong. We can be the abuser or experience abuse, the victim, the abuser. We could be the addicted one or experience addictions, too responsible or not responsible enough. And it's been referred to as karma for many years, and lifetime after lifetime, I know I've had the karma and it follows me through. Well, they're contracts, and we can shift those contracts with ease, with awareness, and there's certain tools that can be used. So I have a huge tool trunk of healing modalities, and I learned in 2007 Zenith Omega Level 1. Zenith Omega cancels contracts, uses light, color, frequency, sacred geometry with the guides. Zenith Omega was brought on the planet 86 to 92 for this time on the planet. And okay, that's fine. There's just little things coming in here. So Reverend Bill Wiltshire and his wife Annie had a spiritual church in Nevada. Annie, highly adept, medical intuitive, medium, psychic. Bill, not. He just looked after things. But he was spiritual, of course, because he had the heart. But Bill didn't look after his body. And we have a scenario where he's got major heart problems. He's in bed and he's starting to see spirit because it's time. He's going to be moving soon into the higher realms. And he says, Annie, I see 3 spirits at the bottom of the bed. And she says, yeah. He says, one's blue. And she says, yeah, I call him Big Blue. And he said, you put 3 chairs there a couple days ago. Yeah, she says, those are for the spirits. She had a sense of humor. Next scenario, 911's been called, and the paramedics come, and they say he's flatlined. And just hold on for a sec. Just sec. Hey, guys, I'm hearing too much. Okay. Thanks. We have a bed and breakfast here, and there's people talking down there. So he gets, he says, they say he's flatlined, and she fights. She says, I see an aura. It's minuscule. Gets him to the hospital in a coma, 16 bags hanging off him. And when Bill comes out of the coma, a man who had never had any of these supposed gifts has doctors and nurses lining up for readings. He was one of the first successful heart transplants. And Annie's watching, Big Blue walking beside him as he goes into the surgery. And Big Blue says, I don't have to take an unhealthy body. Whoa, what's that all about? So near the end of the operation, hours later, Annie's in the waiting room, and out comes Bill's spirit, cord cut. And Annie goes, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Out of the operating room comes Bill's body, the 22-year-old heart, and Big Blue as the walking, using the spirit there. And there's a whole subject on walk-ins. But anyway, through the course of the next 6 years, Bill's body, the 22-year-old heart, took turns with Bill coming back in his magnificence, and a Big Blue we know as Arnu, who's Syrian, moving out. I'm a starry, that is God source, light, color, energy, sound energy, and Miramar, who works with archangels Michael, Haniel, Raphael, and Gabriel, and a few of the other big ones. So they started to channel a page for every imbalance, emotion, disease, whether it was moving the blocks or uplifting, security and well-being, trust and confidence in self, integration of divine purpose, moving out anger, guilt. There's 400 clearings. So they started to channel this with sound going into the different meridians and the auric fields. And we humans at that time were going, what the heck is so many megahertz, 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 megahertz? Sound and color are the same thing. And on an oscilloscope, you can see that. So they put down the color, and you can see that they asked laser light frequencies coming out your fingers, and you would see it going in like maybe 3 fingers, red, yellow, blue all at once, or sacred geometry, and you move around. And when I learned, and when you teach, you're doing all that. But eventually it's you hold the page, get her in, and then eventually it's just like, whew, get her in, which I'll be doing for you all later should you choose some powerful clearings. Anyway, that's Zenith Omega. So as we go through life right now, and with what I've shared, you could take a look and say, okay, what's in my life? What's not working? What could those contracts be? I came with a contract around trust with women and abandonment. And I'm born and I'm adopted out. Now, even though when we come down, we see what the plan is and we agree whether it's a hard life or an easy life, price of admission is forgetfulness. So come in, trust with women and abandonment. My mother gives me away. And it was good. I know my birth mother and adopted mother are sisters on the other side now, and my adopted parents couldn't have children. So I ended up in the apple orchard. In my 20s, 30s, I'd bring women into business with me. They'd cut my throat. They'd stab me in the back, and I'd cry for them because they'd never have anyone so loyal, caring. Couldn't understand. When I saw trust clearing level 1 in Zenith Omega, I said, get it in. Didn't have to show up anymore. Wow. That was interesting. And then Alan, my husband, had seen me call for almost a year a cat that had disappeared. I'd get up and just call in case it might show up. I'd be looking in ditches, posting. Level 3, abandonment clearing, got it in, done. So that's how easy Zenith Omega can shift the contracts that we carry. So the Great Awakening. Now, what I know now, if you don't have Zenith Omega, Metatron of the Light, major archangel, very close to God. Only archangel that wears a crown, sits on the left-hand side of God, 72 layers of wings. Major dude, writes and rewrites our life book. So anything that's shifting in our life, he is there to rewrite. Now, this is a planet of free will. This is our choice. So we can, with our intention, shift what's going on our life. And we always ask with ease, because we could ask for a new car or more money, and we have an accident. And we may have the money or the car, but we're in hospital and it's a little more difficult. And I always ask, when I'm asking, most benevolent outcome. That's Tom Moore that brought that through years ago. And the intention is, when you say most benevolent outcome, MBO, it takes it out of doubt. It takes it out of infringement, because whenever we ask something, there is not to be infringement on anyone, and it allows the higher beings to come in. So it's asking, most benevolent outcome, highest good of all. So in my case, with trust issues with women, I could have gone, if I had known, Metatron of the Light, any and all contracts I have around trust with women, please cancel those contracts now with ease, grace, most benevolent outcome. Thank you. And if we take anything out, remove anything, a vacuum will be filled. So we're going to fill that vacuum with our awareness and say, Metatron of the Light, please now create a contract where I and women, we happy dance together, profit, loyalty, integrity, all that kind of good stuff in there. Ease, grace, most benevolent outcome, and get out, move out. Now, it's about the awareness, and it's choosing where we are to be. It's having the courage. It's very important to have the courage. I have an analogy. People are on this train that's got this huge, many mile loop, many stops along the way. And even though the toilets may be full of crap and the food's lousy, do people get off at the stations? No. Round. And some might get off, but they're not sort of cognizant or thinking, and maybe don't have the self-worth, and they'll get on the next track immediately, which the toilets may be a little better, food may be a little better, but it's not great. We can choose what we choose. We could be on the fast track, the bullet train, and the bubbly, because it's an unlimited universe, unlimited. And especially now, as the dimensions are thinning, we are manifesting so fast what we choose. So it's to be clear of what our intentions are, where we choose to be, ease, grace, most benevolent outcome. Now, a lot of people will go, and most of you know, you never go, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be poor. Because when you're putting that out, you're bringing in sick and poor. The don't doesn't count. It's the words you're focusing on. So you always focus on, thank you for the wealth, bring me wealth. Thank you for the health, bring me health, ease, grace. But a lot of people, when they put that out, go, gosh, golly, gee, I don't know. How can that happen? I'm not the worth in there, or the ego mind which has been running for years, is going, oh yeah, no, that's not what they're running. That's not what we're going to run there. So it's affirm. Now on the West Coast, my late husband and Evan and I were great manifestors. I still am. Evan crossed in 2005. He'd get up on a Monday and say, by Friday, I'll have $5,000, $10,000, $30,000. Yep. I left that big paying job because our 1-year-old dog taught me to be psychically connected. He was a human in fur coat, an angel in fur coat. And I'm a great photographer, and I'm taking pictures of him with stills. And it's like, my gosh, he's holding the pose as Santa, dressed up with the glasses and the fireplace and the bag and turn your head. Yep. And he had a vocabulary of a 2-year-old and psychically connected. So I'm thinking, okay, stills, because I'd worked in photography when I was in Toronto. And then we got into movies of the week, and he ended up being the spokespet for Kokanee beer when it was starting out in Vancouver. And he was known as Brew. Yeah, as Brew. So I, maybe work a week on a commercial and all the promos, and maybe 3 or 4 nights in a pub and a home show, and like $70,000. Thank you. That's how I got to walk. Like I'm leaving the job, because sometimes I have to send a handler out with them. Why am I doing this? But anyway, you got to watch who you hang out with, because you pick up energies. You get maybe slime. They don't wish you well, or they cause doubt with you. And we had a lovely woman next door who's on a $200,000 trust fund from her wealthy dad. And he's also going to buy her this new SUV. And she's so upset. She chooses this brand. She doesn't want that make and model, blah, 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 blah. I wish I had my own money. I wish I had my money. Somehow I started to think about money, and I'm going, this money is so easy. What if the money stops coming in? Now, this is when it was 10 years, 10 months, 10 days, but more 10 years, 10 months back then when we were manifesting. So the ego subconscious mind starts to run. Oh gosh, golly gee, what if this doesn't, what the money stop, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, and my stomach's a mess. I'm sort of not doing anything. We get a phone call, and they're talking about not renewing the contract with the dog, and the deals are falling through Thursday, Friday. And by the grace of God, I knew I was creating this. I don't know how I knew, but I did. I do know, because I have knowing. My guides are amazing. So whether doing dishes or walking the mountains, everyone, I would, those thoughts would come. I would affirm, thank you, God, for this day. I'm beauty, wisdom, strength, and grace. I love my husband. This mountain stream's amazing. Oh, look at the eagle. Yeah, what's the message here? So from every other thought to every 10 minutes, every half hour, every other day, in a week and a half, 2 weeks, the subconscious goes, oh, that's what we're running. Phone call, contract renewed, and all the deals are coming through. So if any of you have got this mindset where things aren't working and gosh, golly, gee, I don't know, throw in cancel, clear, delete, not my reality, and affirm your reality. And sometimes walking the mountains or doing the dishes, my brain would fry because the mind's throwing in all this stuff and I'm having to think of something new. One of the things you can share is I am that I am, which is I'm one with God source. And then I'd sing, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am, walking along, da 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 da. So it just brought a new energy, a new awareness, and control of the brain. Now, where we are right now, many of you know there's a lot of fear being programmed on so many levels. And basically, the best thing is, keep those TVs off. If you have to get some information, get it once and get the heck out. But no, cancel, clear, delete. This is not where we're going, is what you can affirm. I see radiant health for us all, however anyone chooses it. Hold that space. Get out in nature. Ground. Think of things that bring you joy. Be with people who bring you joy. And see what kind of contracts are really ramping up now because of this tense time that we're in. But this is good. It's not great, but we are shifting into the new positive earth. And there had to be a lot of clearing, a lot of shifting. And right now it's like, what's really real? Some of the stuff that's going on, it's like, this is bizarre. We're seeing some very strange things. And what I understand is some of it has to bring a lot of pain. So people will step back out of their limbic brain and go, this doesn't make sense. What's going on? Does this work for me? Not work for me? What is going on? I'm going to do some more real research, that kind of stuff. So we're in an amazing way. It's a wonderful time. All is well. All is absolutely astounding right now. But if you're having a hard time, look at the contracts you're carrying. Look at the people you're hanging around with. If they're bottomless pits, we're no longer to be the rescuer, savior, or fixer on this planet. And that ended 2016. No more. We came as earth angels. Doreen Virtue put her book out, Assertiveness for Earth Angels, years ago. And we lie down, we give benefit of the doubt, we roll over, we disempower people, ourselves and others, by giving too much. We can be there to support, but we allow people to have their own journey and abilities to do things. So the people will use guilt, poor me, intimidation. And once we get that we are not to be these savior, rescuer, fixers, and if 2017 continued, you did it, then you were being hit. And the people and the contracts were really showing up in your face big time. So it's something else to look at. Am I helping myself? Am I helping others? You probably noticed there's been a lot of shifting of people in your lives. And I have a friend who I adore. I'm putting her name out there, Karen Jones. She shared many years ago, rejection is God's protection. Yeah. You get fired, somebody leaves your life, there's something better coming.
Like now, a Garth Brooks song.
Yes.
Thank God for unanswered prayers.
I love it, Rhonda. Exactly. And of course, maybe we flubbed up a little bit of ourselves, and that was the case. We can ask for some forgiveness there, and if it works out fine, and if it doesn't, bless everyone. You all know the whole Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And send that out. The other thing I'll share quickly is you probably know about unhooking. We get hooks put into us by others, whether they care too much or whether like, hey, I don't like her. We could be driving along in a car and somebody looks across and goes, oh, that's a lovely looking woman. She looks so happy. The car, I wish I was like her. Or I wonder who that bitch is. Whoa. So those are energies that come in. Many can come in during the day. And we can put energies out. Alan and I, if somebody goes home on a icy night, we can put angels around them and our energies. But every night we unhook. And I ask Archangel Michael of love and light, unhook any and all hooks. Some people say we cut the cords. Well, there's still something sitting in there, and they cut the cords or they unhook. But what you do when you unhook, then you take and ask Archangel Michael of love and light, place those hooks into source and let them be looked after appropriately. Because otherwise that's right. Otherwise, the chance of them flying back into you, if somebody intentionally sent some thoughts to you, if they're at all adept, they're going to think of you again because they're going to feel the unhooking. Then Archangel Michael of love and light, any hooks I could have put into anybody, please unhook, let them be looked after appropriately, bring all my energies back, connect to source. And then I ask our Saint Germain of love and light, violet flame me. Now, some of the hooks we could have put into people where we care so much, we love them, and that's fine. And that's why I always ask, let them be looked after appropriately, because if the love was there and the caring was there, that they're still getting that from source. But we're not that pipeline being drained. Really, really important. And sometimes, I'll wake up and Alan's tossing and turning. We've been at a talk or workshop, and I say, did you unhook? Oh, and he unhooks, and then he's out like a light. It's important. Sometimes maybe during the day, if you've had an incident at work or whatever, the whole Ho'oponopono, go and unhook with love and light and move forward. So any questions, ladies? Or
no, this would be a good time to do some of the clearing, and you've given us such good information. So I'm just exciting.
Well, that's good. Well, a lot of you may know this, but again, know the contracts. A lot of people don't understand, and they're going on in day to day, and things are hard, and they don't have to be unless you choose to have that contract. The other thing I'll just share, exit points. We look down the timeline, and we're going, I'm not choosing to go past that. I would like to get out of there if I could. And we had one woman come, I don't know, 5 years ago on a Friday, and she says, I have an exit point on Monday. And we go, whoa, she knows about this. So we said, okay, how's your life been the last year? Sort of psychically knowing to check that timeline. And she says, it's been amazing. There's been a new man in my life. There's been money, finances. It's just absolutely wonderful. Before that, there was abuse. There was no money. So she had put down that timeline before she came to see that if it continued or she chose to leave, it would be there. So we said, okay, so cancel the timeline. And she goes, well, if it's there, God must want me to have it there. It's like, sweetie, God chooses what you choose. So she canceled the timeline. And of course, she's still with us many years later. We noticed, like in 2000, there was a lot of people checking out because, oh my gosh, what was going to happen to the computers? There was fear stuff going on then. 2012, as the planet came into the fifth dimension energies, a lot of people couldn't handle that. And they weren't sure what was going to happen. So there was a possible exit point there. And I'm trying to remember where we are, maybe 2014, 15. Alan and I noticed there was a lot of people passing. And we were at a little local gas station, and that was all there was except a cemetery across the way. And Alan's joking, and he says, oh, I guess you haven't had many people there lately. And they said, in the last 2 weeks, we've had 10 people. Whoa. So then we're in Toronto working with a couple people, and there was a Jewish man that Alan knew, and this subject of people crossing came up, and he says, it's a plague in the Jewish community. So there was some kind of frequency going on. There was a whole bunch of group exit points happening. And in a way, that's where we are right now. There's a lot of people choosing. They've got their exit points in, and sometimes they've chosen how to do that in different ways with the seed thing or the jab thing or whatever. Or it's just all of a sudden they're gone. So people out there, if you are seeing these things or feeling things, it might be good to go and say, hey, Metatron of the Light, any exit points I placed before I came here, please remove those with ease, grace, most benevolent outcome, highest good of all, thank you. And then you could say, Metatron of the light, create a wonderful new life for me where I go forward, renewing and rejuvenating, wonderful health, vibrancy. And if at any time I choose to put an exit point in, if that's for my highest good, allow me to do that consciously. So it's good. So, okay.
Sherry was asking, how do you know your exit point date?
Now, you don't. Well, I guess if you were you tuned in, you might be able to pick something up through meditation or your own channeling. You may not know, and if I'd put in cancel the exit points, and then if there's a time that you choose that to come in, and the exit points can be through accident or disease. Some people get to such a point that they commit the suicide, which is not a good way to go. But anyway, yeah. Like this woman was highly adept that came. She knew. She came that Friday and said, I have an exit point. So if you tune in, you may feel it and you may not. So Zenith Omega, I'm going to let you know the clearings I'll put in. And it's so wonderful to be here, by the way. These divine goddesses love you very much, Bex and Rhonda, and missing the other two. I'll let you know what they are. I'll call in 2 Zenith Omega guides for everybody that's on the show. And even after, if there's there's
on a replay.
Replay. That because time's not linear, and when I'm calling these out, if you for some reason choose not to receive the clearings, just say not for me, pass. It's all for your highest good, what you choose. And when I call the clearings, I'm tuning in, and when I know that it's in everybody's matrix, should they so choose, then I move forward to the next clearing. So I will ask now that before we start, and you'll just ask that you receive in the moment, next couple days, couple weeks, with ease while you're sleeping or resting, so that you're not zoned out. Okay, that only when you're sleeping or resting you receive these. So that's in there for ease. So let's say I call forgiveness. Don't go, oh, I got to work on that. While I call these clearings, just be. Let the Zenith Omega guides look after. On a soul level, they know what you're looking to shift. Now, I call love. It could be love of self, love of others, loving others. Zenith, as acupuncture works on blocks and physical meridians, Zenith Omega works on blocks on all meridians. Mental, emotional, physical, all lifetimes, planes, timelines, levels, dimensions. So there's all kinds of energies that are going in there with the shifting. So love, anger, guilt, and frustration. There's a lot of that happening right now. Fear, phobias, water, snakes, heights, things not working, not being enough. And whatever the other fears are, your guides will know. Zenith Omega guides will go, this is good for all of us. Fear of power. Many of us have not stepped into our abilities because we were burned at the stake, tortured, ridiculed, whatever. So we're clearing fear of power and we're putting in integration of power. Forgiveness, putting in truth. Often we don't even acknowledge who we are. And that's sometimes when self-worth issues are, I'm going to put self-worth in there too. We don't realize how great we are. Change, rapid, lasting, beneficial. Removing all the blocks and things holding back, and then up-leveling in areas that will empower and support. And then transition with the new earth energies to support those with ease, and transition with change, rapid, lasting, beneficial. One of my favorites is all parenting, falling outside the divine plan. No matter how good parents are, there's always some contract we've taken to learn something, a bit of a glitch, whatever. I have a friend, and there's 5 sisters, and each one has a different opinion of who dad was. Dad was the greatest. Oh, dad didn't treat me well. He was okay, you know? So it's depending on what those contracts are. All parenting falling outside the divine plan. All thoughts, actions, implants falling outside the divine plan. Money's the root of all evil. I'll never be good enough. Whatever that kind of thing is. I'm just picking up my microphone here that sort of fell. Okay. Buried emotions, all levels, planes, and time. Things that we've held on to. And there's other ways that we can knowingly and consciously move emotional stuff, but that will support. Integration of your divine purpose. I'm okay. Gift of self. Allowing us to pull back and give ourselves a little bit of the more understanding for selves, a little more time for selves. Happiness. And celebration of life. How's that sound? Is that good, ladies?
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, hardly wait.
So when I'm calling the guides forward, the beautiful audience out there, you could see colors, sacred geometry patterns, body movements, hot, cold, twitches, zone in, zone out. Best to have your eyes closed. Some people even say, I feel somebody was touching me, and the guides are doing the clearings around those areas. So again, give yourself permission to receive in the moment, next couple days with ease. While you're resting or sleeping, please, and we're calling the highest of the highest, Metatron of the light, angels, archangels, Christ, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Michael, but especially the Zenith Mega Guides for the highest of love and light. Be here for each and every one of us. And we're asking on behalf of all on this planet, let them receive this, should this support them at this time. So be it. Okay, big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Ooh. Relaxing into your chair, into your bed, mat, whatever you're on. One more breath in, out through your nose. Clearing, Zenith Omega Guides. Clearing love. Love. Anger, guilt, frustration. Fear. Fear, phobias, water, snakes, heights, things not working, not being enough, whatever those fears are, let the guides look after them. Allow the releasing, fear. Fear of power. Integration of power. Courage. Freedom and independence. Truth. Forgiveness. And in the hologram that we are, there's no right or wrong, but in our humanness, we feel it. So we're clearing that out of our human energies, densities, forgiveness. Change, rapid, lasting, beneficial. Transition. Transition with the new earth energies, with ease, and transition with change, rapid, lasting, beneficial. Shield of calm. All parenting falling outside the divine plan. All thoughts, action, implants falling outside the divine plan. Whatever they are, you don't even know most times. Money's the root of all evil. Things aren't going to work out. I'll never be good enough. Whatever that is, thoughts, actions, implants falling outside the divine plan. Buried emotions, all levels, planes, and times. There's a lot of emotions coming up right now on many levels as the energies become lighter. These have to be lifted and let go with ease. A lot cause ascension symptoms, and doctors, hospitals don't know what's going on as we just let all this stuff go. Buried emotions, all levels, planes, and time. If it's grief, it hits the lungs. If it's anger, it hits the liver. Emotions, the stomach, basically. Buried emotions, all levels, planes, and time. On behalf of all. Self-worth. Integration of your divine purpose. Gift of self. I'm okay. Happiness. Joy. Radiant health. clearing all man-made alien viruses, all new variants, all lifetimes, timelines, planes, dimensions. Clearing bacteria. Oh, yeah. Something special, that which just each one of you are here to do, something special, bringing it forward, empowering it. And celebration of life. So give thanks. Affirm, continue to receive with ease and grace. And just take your time to come back. Slowly moving fingers and toes. Take your time. There's been a lot of dimensions worked on for each one of you. And amazing, everyone out there. A little light language giving you gifts of blessings. Each one of you know that you have a purpose divine and you are living it. Who may not feel like it. We're helping opening your crown chakra at this moment. Clearing out on those levels. Anchor to the crystal heart of the new Mother Earth. Remember to anchor there. Pick her energy up through to source. Source, light, love, all the way down. Coaxial cable. Iskana, blowing out. Densities with ease, grace, most benevolent outcomes. So be it. Iskana. Shine your light. Shine your light. Know your light. You are magnificent, spectacular light beings. Yeah, you are love. So be it. Askana. Heart chakras expanding. Filling your whole cellular being. DNA clearing, expanding. Joy. You are vessels of the divine here at this time on this earth, not only moving this earth, but the cosmos, the galaxies, and the universes into the higher frequencies and realms. It was your choice. It is your divine purpose. And we give thanks and celebration for each and every one of you, those who are in knowing and those who are not. We give thanks. So be it. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to watch the replay. I'm going to replay it tonight before I go to bed, just to this part, so I can listen to it again.
Whoa.
No, it's awesome.
What an audience. What an audience. And thank you. Honored to be here on this show with the co-creators, Bex and Rhonda and Marie and it was Stephanie or Teresa? Teresa.
Teresa. Yeah. Teresa's not here today, but I'm sure she's enjoying it and she'll definitely be taking part if she isn't already in the replay. So.
Okay, everyone, just tune in. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel a little different?
Feels so amazing, and feel the clearing. Yeah, I was feeling pressure in my heart chakra, and then it would release, and pressure in my heart chakra, and then it would release. So it was quite interesting, personally. What about you, Bex?
Oh, mine was a crazy experience. crazy. I saw a being on the right side of me that looked like they belonged in Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. It was very elven, beautiful, like white hair, long, sleek hair with the pointy ears. Just very beautiful energy. And then I saw a light body on the side, but I couldn't, like, it was just very beautiful. And they were moving around different, like, geometric shapes around me, pulling them down around me, different colors, waves coming through. It was, I don't even know how to describe it. I've never had any experience like that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
There was a lot more, but that was, it was crazy.
Beautiful.
And people may know if there's physical healing, you'll be warm or hot. If it's spiritual healing, you'll be cool, and it can be both. So there's all those levels that they're working on. And just to share, yes, I do Zenith Omega. That's my go-to because, as you know, you felt it. It's quick, precise, direct. We can target what people are looking to shift. But I work on Fibonacci tuning forks, shifting from the start of the Big Bang coming through. I do massage, things like that. I'm just seeing, Alan and I have 4 daughters from a past life, and 2 of them have popped up that I noticed, Kelly and Nancy, and they are magnificent light beings in Toronto, north of Toronto area. So hello, my soul family. And as you know, your family's not just your blood family. Sometimes your family is more your soul family from reconnections. So Alan and I have a retreat here in Ampa, Goddess and the Green Man. He's Alan Green. I'm the Goddess. There's Ida. Hello. She's, Mom. They call me Mom. And there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. And Ida always says, I'm the favorite daughter.
Mom loves you best. Remember the Smother Brothers? Yeah. Mom loves me best.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, yes, and we'll open a bed and breakfast if there's enough working with us, enough sessions, but we're not here just to do bed and breakfast. And we clear entities. Sometimes people die and they don't get to the light, or they pick something up. And if that person had any kind of ailment when they die, that can bleed over to the person they're hanging around, or if they had an agenda, go drink, go gamble, take the drugs. And it can be hard to move an addiction if that is there. So we work on that, and etheric implants that can be good or bad. The person can put them in themselves. They could have come from another planet, this lifetime. Everything's different. Everything's specialized. And we're in service of love and light and great joy. Yes, we're part of the soul family. Yes, Teresa. That's Petty Huja.
Yeah, Huja,
see it. Yeah.
So sweet.
Light tribe.
Yep.
So,
and people who can't get up to Ontario to visit you in person, they can reach you through the internet. I take it as well.
Yeah.
This is sort of a taste of what you do, and we've all benefited from that, which. Awesome. So if you want
we do a lot of online with Zoom or Skype, and our website, you pasted, I know, Catherine Green, CATHERINE Green.net. And you'll find Alan through my site, and then it's crystalearthhealingspa.com. And if you go on our site, my email, Ascension Portal at explorenet.com, and Explorenet does not have an E in front of it. We normally would like to type it. So just Ascension Portal at explorenet.com. And we're here and feeling you all and shining your love and light, reflecting, receiving, and giving thanks. And the sun has come out since we've just done this.
So awesome. Oh, I'm getting rain, and I'm not that far away. But that's okay, because I need rain. And I've been calling in rain.
Perfect.
So yeah. I need rain. So that's
exactly.
Awesome.
Okay, that's the other thing, if I can share. Do not use the words, the subconscious runs the programs it thinks you choose to run, and the higher beings, they're needing, wanting, hoping, wishing, trying. Okay, we'll leave them there. Oh, they're choosing, intending, manifesting, creating. Great. I choose, I intend, I create, I manifest. No needing, no trying, no wanting, no hoping.
I'm manifesting rain. I've been manifesting
Yes.
rain. I'm manifesting rain, and I'm choosing for it to rain for a few hours.
Yeah. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
Because you're more focused. You're in command. Versus, I'm needing rain. I hope. So anyway, there you go.
It's like I said,
You guys rock.
Oh,
That
you
was
rock,
amazing.
Catherine.
Yes.
I know you do. Yeah, I'm so happy to get you on. I've been wanting to for quite a while. So
Yes, thank you for getting her on, Rhonda. That was amazing.
Yes,
So
I know all
beautiful.
the best people.
Yes, you do.
I've been so lucky. So, Catherine, Bex has a few questions for you.
I do. I have the 3 questions.
There.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first question, if you had to choose a song to be the theme song of your life, what would it be?
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Well, I shared at one time, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Bluebirds Fly, but it's all here. It's all, that song's there. I love this melody. I love the beauty of it. I see it. So I'm not good at remembering songs or titles, but that's kind of the feeling, only it's done. It's here. The rainbow is here, and we are on that other side already in the new earth. That's where we focus, and where we believe is what we have. Woo! I got chills.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Okay, what's your favorite crystal that you're working with right now?
Herkimer diamond, a big one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Beautiful.
I love those.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have
They're powerful.
Yeah, little one.
I do too, but
And I
mine's tucked
have
into my bra, so I can't show
my God.
you.
And a big, beautiful citrine.
Oh,
Big citrine. And it almost looks etherically like a lion, which is good for that time with that strength and that courage. So
Yeah, your power center. Very good stuff. All right, and the third question is, have you ever experienced extra dimensional intelligence?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. They're around us all the time. It's just being aware, asking them, and to be aware. But I shared, Alan and I were brought together very quickly for this time on the planet. And we had a friend that channeled the Pleiades, and she was here 2 months before we decided to get to marry in the physical with the rural stuff, societal. And she said, I don't know what they choose to tell you, but they're looking for you to come outside in the garden. And she shared who Alan and I were, why we had been brought together, and they married us by Palladian marriage, which was wow. And then a couple, and we've had etheric spacecraft come and go. Alan has been on one out in Sedona, BC, before Catherine. Back in the 90s. But at our wedding, the week before, the cloud ships were all around, and then we knew they were around. Yes. Oh, they're out there. They're really supporting us now. And then we had about 120 people out on the lawn, and 20 adept. We were signing the register, and Alan looks, and they're all mouth open, and there was huge mothership just way up there blessing us. So we'll have people here, and we'll say, okay, do you want to go check out the galactic? They'll come in and give us messages, or we'll all beam up onto a ship etherically. And we can go in there, and some of us end up in the control centers, some go to the healing centers, some are into technicians, into how the ship works. But we'll all come out, and we'll pretty well all explain where it was we landed and what that meeting area was. So yeah, we have them all the time.
I love it. That's awesome. What an amazing experience it would be to go there.
And I'm galactic. Very galactic. Alan's more Earth. I only come to Earth when a lot of light is required. Renaissance, Christ now. And I'm out there half the time. Alan's been here many times. So it's like I came in last time Sirius, and he came in the Pleiades. So, but we've all been in all those dimensions and planets and galaxies. So it's good. And I'm trusting you guys have been out there too. You've had connections.
I go out there all the time, apparently. So I don't remember it, but I'm sure I do. But I see them in my backyard. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my husband doesn't like to talk about it. So I may drag him up with me if I come up to visit you, Catherine. So
yes, let's set that up.
We will.
Really.
We will.
We'll set that up. And you know, you're going to the crystal mine, you know, it's not, sometime. And we're not that far apart when you get to it. No. And you know what we're working on, all of us, this teleportation.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is happening. This is not going to be long. I know it. Bzz, beam me up, Scotty. Beam me down. Thank you.
I would beat going down in a car on the 401 any day. It's got to be better. Much better.
Yes.
Much less frightening too. But thank you so much for being here. Bex, you have one announcement for who won for last week.
Yes. And the winner of last week's Shout Out, who won a session with Teresa, is Kirith Maharaj. So congratulations, Kirith. Thank you for your endless love and support. We love you so much. And thank you to all of our viewers for hanging out with us today. Please share this out. Invite your friends. People really need this support right now. It's such a beautiful gift to be able to spend time with such a beautiful, blessed person who has so many incredible talents and abilities. It's really our honor to be able to spend this time with all of you. So thank you so, so much.
And thank you. And next week, I think we have, I'm not sure if we're going to have her live or pre-recorded. Janelle from Down Under from, so she's from Brisbane. So she'll be coming on. She's deciding whether she can stay up till 3 a.m. or whether she's going to pre-record.
Right.
So yeah, and we're giving her that choice because it is a hard time. But thank you all for coming with us, and we see you next week. We love you all.
Love you too. And I just have to say, Kelly, Ida, Ella, and Nancy, we got to get on the phone. Okay.
The girls got to talk.
Yes.
Mom's called the meeting. There you go.
That's right.
Take care, everyone. Right.